My name is Ryan Akers for Elite Strength and Conditioning. Today, what we're going to discuss is how to strengthen up our glutes. A lot of times, athletes, if not trained properly, tend to lack that strength in their posterior chain, and they have those overdeveloped quadricep muscles or overdeveloped hip flexors and things like that, and a weakness in their glutes or their hamstrings or anything like that that often causes an imbalance, which leads to lots of different kinds of injuries. So today what we're going to talk about is how to strengthen up the glutes back there in your posterior chain. This is one of the muscles that's most often forgotten about, or when doing an exercise, if not done properly, you basically leave that muscle out. And since your glutes are the biggest muscle in your body and the most powerful, if you leave that out, you're leaving out an essential part of your power and of your training. So whenever you do an Olympic movement, for example, and you don't reach full extension of your hips and things like that, you're basically just leaving out that muscle, leaving out that glute, which is where we're trying to train that power development, that explosive movement. So today what we're going to do is just do a couple of very basic exercises you can try before a workout in order to kind of teach yourself how to activate that muscle and even strengthen it up a little bit, just to kind of help prevent any possible injuries that might creep up over time. Alright, the first thing we're going to do today is just a very simple, very basic glute bridge. Just teaching you how to really activate that muscle. Alright, so what we're going to do here, you're just going to lay flat on your back, just like this. You're going to pull your heels all the way in, so they're only a few inches. You only want about a few inches away from your butt there. And then from here, what you want to do is, starting off in your starting position, you want to arch your back. Alright? Create that space in your lumbar spine and your lower back there. Create that space between your back and the floor while still keeping your shoulder blades and your tailbone on the floor. Hands out at your side and just relax. From here, all you're going to do is press that lower back into the ground. And then as soon as you do that, you're going to push through your heels and raise up off the ground. Okay? And if you do this correctly, you're going to feel your glutes. You're going to feel your glutes squeezing in order to raise your hips up off the ground. That's the muscle you want to focus on. You want to squeeze that tight and hold this position. You don't want to go past this flat position here. You don't want to arch above that, because then you're activating other muscle. You're using other things we don't want to focus on right now. So what you want to do is just stay at that flat position from shoulder all the way to knee, and just hold that for 5 seconds. Come back down, start in your arch position, press your lower back into the ground, raise up, hold for 5 seconds, and relax. Alright? So you'll repeat that for, about 5 to 8 reps for 2 or 3 sets before your workout, to kind of get that muscle primed up. Now, another exercise that you can do that's slightly more difficult, a little more advanced, to give you a little bit more resistance, is a one-leg glute bridge. Now, all the same methods still apply here. Okay, I want to keep my feet pulled in, keep my body position the exact same. Now from here, I am going to take my left knee and raise it up. I've got a 90-degree angle bend in my knee right there, and I've got my hip at the same thing. I'm raised up at about 90 there. All I'm going to do from here is take the palm of my hand and put it right on the top of my knee. Okay? Now, from here, I'm going to start in my arch position, push my lower back into the ground, and then I'm going to push up through my right leg, just through that one heel. As I push up and hold right there, I'm going to press my knee into my palm as I press my palm back into my knee. So you've got that static press where you're pressing as hard as you can and holding for 5 seconds, and then relax. Okay? Arch, start in that position, press into the ground, raise up, and press in as hard as you can, just like that. Alright, once again, do about 3 to 5 on each side with a 5-second hold. Alright, that's a little bit more difficult, so you want to start out with that first one. Once you get the hang of it, you can progress up to the second one. One more exercise that you can really try to do, maybe even a little bit more difficult here. If you have a stretch band, this is just simply a stretch band here from Elite FTS. They sell all different varieties of strengths and sizes and everything like that. What I'm going to do with this here is just nothing more than a giant rubber band. I'm going to double it up just like that. Now, from here, I'm going to get back in my normal position here, my glute bridge position. I want to put this band around my knees as far as I can there. Now, all I'm going to do is the same thing. I'm going to put both my feet on the ground, arch my back, start in a position, press my lower back into the ground, drive through my heels and raise up to that flat position. Now, when I do this, I want to push out with my knees against this band as hard as I can. And just hold that. Press up through my heels, press out, stretch that band out, hold for 5, and back down. Same thing again, arch, press, drive, push that band out and hold. And relax. This one is just, what this is doing is not only is it forcing you to focus, really squeezing those glute muscles, but it's also working a lot of those abductor muscles on the outside that are also weak in conjunction with your glutes. It all kind of works together, so that just adds an extra little component there. So go ahead, give those 2 or 3 exercises a try, see what you think. Thanks a lot.